I just want to quickly talk about the PCR test, because this is the part and parcel of where we are. Because they're justifying the lockdowns because there's been a massive increase in cases. Well, of course, if you're going to keep testing people, the cases are going to go through the roof. But the inventor of the PCR test was Dr. Kary Mullis, and he invented it in 1983. Now, it was never created to be a diagnostic tool. It's an amplification tool. And it's brilliant at what it does, but what is being used for at the moment is being misinterpreted as seeing something else. Because all the PCR test does is amplify whatever you're looking at. Well, none of us are short of genetic material as living human beings, which is why a fruit and a goat tested positive. It's living material. None of us are short of genetic material, I can assure you. Now, he stated that 35 cycles of this test would be about right. Any more cycles amplifying from there, you are going to show you're going to bring up false positives. Well, the NHS have been amplifying this test at 45 cycles. This is why it's producing a very high number of false positives in asymptomatic people. Asymptomatic just means you are healthy. That's all it means. That is all it means, but they need to put a fear into everyone. So by saying that you're asymptomatic and that you're some kind of super spreader, then, it puts the fear in you to go and get tested. So he said himself, when he figured this out when they used it incorrectly for HIV, because in order to use the PCR test, you need to isolate the virus first. You can't do it otherwise you don't know what you're looking at. That's the number one thing for the PCR. So I'm going to move on now. So we know that most of them are false positives anyways, like a 90. And if you amplify it enough, everyone will test positive. Absolutely everyone. You're just amplifying genetic material. And if you've ever had a cold, which is a coronavirus, you are likely to test positive because you've had the cold that's in your body. So